Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, February the 23rd, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room, so if you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog, this is not a commercial venture. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the news. Okay, that's not good. There we go. So we had unemployment claims. You can see that the unemployment claims were higher than expected and higher than previous. Expected 242, came out at 244. Market really didn't react to that news except for gold. Gold had another nice spike, and we're just working our way back up slowly now to the 1250 area in gold. 9 o'clock in 11 minutes, we've got HPI month over month, so that'll happen while we're talking. Then 10:30, we have natural gas, and then crude inventory comes out a little bit later than usual at 11 o'clock. And then 1 o'clock, we've got Fed member Kaplan speaking. So there's going to be a fair amount of news today. Plus, there is going to be some headline news today in terms of what's his face. I forget his name. Is supposed to be leaking a whole bunch of audio footage and video footage of the mainstream media. That he has gotten hold of. There's some. What is the guy's name? Why can't I think of his name? He was the guy that was doing all those exposés on the Clinton campaign, and is a Donald Trump supporter. Okay, so yesterday, Lesage, yes, Assange, Jeff Assange or whatever, yeah. Anyway, he's got some video, and it's supposed to be all leaked today. So yesterday, our main hypothesis was a rotational day, a inside day with a possible false breakout, and the key was to test both sides, both HVNs of the double distribution that we had from Tuesday. And that's exactly what we had. We had this move down. They left the overnight low alone by 2 ticks, and they left the overnight high alone by 2 ticks. We did not take out the Globex overnight stat, which has a 97% probability. So we saw a 3% probability, but the good thing is we were looking for an inside rotational day testing the 2 HVNs, and that's what we got. And we basically came up here and we accepted price. And you can see this is a good example of price rejection. You've got the LVN between the double distribution that wasn't auctioned properly. And then what do? We fight it all day yesterday. And what do? Is our VPOC becomes the LVN turns into the VPOC for the day. And this is where they're fighting a level, they're going back and forth on it, and you get price acceptance where there was price rejection. And that's a really good example of it. Usually it's long-term price rejection turns into short-term price acceptance is the typical thing that you're looking for. But with the fact that we've never been up here, this is basically just short-term price rejection turning into short-term price acceptance. So overnight inventory is net long. We opened up, we went down to the 59. Now notice right now that we had a double bottom and a double top put in on the ES, but we just broke that with the break of the 64.50 in the Globex. But we still have a double bottom here, and we've got a lot of repair to do below. We're just this market is just not ready to roll over. We continue to one time frame. So right now, currently, and this could change because we do have news coming up in about 7 minutes, our current overnight high is our all-time high. So right now, we have a triple top at 23.65 all-time high. So we could put in a new all-time high in the Globex in the next 30 minutes before we get into the RTH session. But basically the overnight inventory is net long, and we're tapping on new highs. I'm expecting to see between now and the end of the RTH session a new all-time high. But let's just step back for 1 second and go through our normal routine, bring up the basic candlestick chart. I start with the monthly, and I just want to see where we are within the time frame. I use a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. Those are my moving averages that I use on all my time frames. And I'm looking for slope and separation where we're getting parallel and 45-degree angle and separation of the two moving averages for the strength of the trend. Where they get challenged, you see at the end of 15, 16, they challenge it, and then we get this continuation. And right now, the monthly is very strong. Same thing with the weekly. Now we do have signs of some exhaustion. Okay, last week was a did we have a lower high? 63.75. Yes. I'm sorry. This is the daily. The daily. You can see we have some signs of exhaustion, but I still think this is going to be a blow off top. We still got good slope, good separation. So I've got some key levels to watch for the possibility of a retracement, but right now we're not hitting them. Going to the intraday, you can see still very strong, good slope, good separation. Strength of the trend is up. We're putting in a multiple high here at the all-time highs at 63.70. 23.65. Going into the 1 hour, everything is pointing up right now. 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, and there's no real, on the intraday you can see there's no real huge technical gaps either. This is not a big technical gap. This is not a big technical gap. This is not a big technical gap. This is not a gap at all. So you can see that we're just grinding higher. Okay, we're not getting that blow off yet. It looks like a blow off on the daily because of the fact that you're getting these gaps, but this is not a blow off top yet. This has got continuation still. looking like it's got more upside potential. We come up here, just to put things in context, as I always like to do. We had a fairly decent consolidation, long-term consolidation. We get price acceptance at the 65.25. They get the breakout day, go up, create an island top. Accept price here at 89 area. They gap down, come back down to the last price that was accepted before the breakout. They find those late buyers. They accept price up in the 76 area, and then they gap up again back into the island top. They accept that 89 a second time, then gap, price discovery, gap, price discovery, gap, 2-day balance, accept this 23, and then get continuation, get a 3-day balance, even though the 1 day is a holiday, and we accept the 41 area, and then what do? They gap up again. I'm sorry, this is our holiday here. And they gap up again, and now we get another 2-day balance, and they're accepting price at the 23.60 and a quarter, and now they're looking for possible price consideration. Our key line in the sand for the day is going to be 52.75. If we get below 52.75, look for them to come down and close this gap. The mid of this gap is 50.50, and the naked close is 47.50. I'm not looking for a big reversal here. I just don't see it right now. It could happen, but the key area is 52.75. Everything above 52.75, you really want to be looking for longs, especially if we break above that 63.65 all-time high. You do not want to try to fade this right now. We've got some measured moves. We've got weekly range still capable. Our daily ATR is still to the upside. So let's just drop down, bring in our Globex, and start looking at our levels. Now, our overnight low is not likely to be challenged, so that's 59, so I can put that in right here. It's a couple ticks above the value area that we put in yesterday. Now, the overnight high is likely to change, so I'm not going to put the overnight high in yet, but you can see that we're going to, if we open up here, we're going to get another gap. This will be our 5th gap, and this, this starts to look like exhaustion gap. If we gap up, we could come down and open up inside a range, but right now, if we open up here, we're going to be opening up in a gap from yesterday's RTH. Our VPOC just shifted as they came up here and accepted this this price. So our VPOC is 63.75 for the overnight, just 2 ticks above the range, and there's really not much. I mean, I can't put the, I'll put it in. The overnight high is likely to get challenged here, considering we're trading a tick below it and we're just creating this weak high. In terms of the ATR, our 20-period ATR is running at 15.38 for the full session. So our upside off of the 59 low overnight, our upside daily ATR is up here at 74.50. We have 2 days left of trading in the week, today and tomorrow. Our average true range is 15.38 for the full session. Our week open is 23.46.50. Okay, 2 ticks below the 2 ticks above the low of the week. We basically opened 2 tick down in the Globex, and then we haven't looked back this week. Our weekly critical mass, so the way you calculate the critical mass is the number of days left times the daily ATR. That gives us a 2-day range of 30.75. Take the 30.75, add it to the open of the week, 23.46.50, and that gives us our weekly critical mass. Tomorrow, that'll drop down to 15, 16 area, depending on what the daily ATR is. But right now, for today, our weekly critical mass is at 77.25. So we get above 77.25, we could see capitulation, and our weekly ATR target, okay, which is off the week low, our 20-period ATR is 41. 20-period ATR on the weekly is 41.75, and we have a week low of 46. Therefore, our weekly upside ATR target is 23.8775. So you can see we have capability of expansion up here. So in terms of levels, well, obviously we're putting in another overnight high. All right, 65 and a quarter now. I'm going to be watching the 63 and a quarter, of course, for a move back into range, the 61.50, targeting the VPOC at 60.50, and then we have the overnight low, and I'm going to be using the open from yesterday at 58, and then 55.75, and then anything below that, I'm targeting the 52.75, which is going to be my key line in the sand. So anything below that, I think we see some weakness, and I don't think it's going to happen today, but anything can happen, so we have to prepare for it. Anything below that, I'm looking for a bigger move down, down towards the 47s and those gap closes, maybe even 41. So right now, again, we're continuing to push the overnight high. I mean, I want to get the daily downside ATR target, but I just don't know where it's going to be. Right now at 65.50 minus the 1538 is going to give us, approximately a daily downside ATR target around the 50 level. But again, that could change as we move up if we get a higher overnight high in the Globex. We still have another 30 minutes. Let's take a look at that news quickly to see what the news was. So HPI month over month was basically we came out as expected at 0.4. Previous was 0.7. So market doesn't seem to react too much on that, except we just keep pushing this all-time high. So because we're likely to open up out of range, out of balance, we have to watch for the possibility of a open drive. I'm thinking we're more likely to see an open test drive and an open, come down, test the overnight VPOC, test the range high, find responsive buyers between here and the naked VPOC, and then get continuation up towards the 70s. Remember, we still have a measured move up here at 79.25. There's another measured move at 76.50 I forgot to put in. This one was based on a weekly. So it's not a TAM. So again, that's my main hypothesis. The other hypothesis is an open auction, take out the overnight low, overnight high, then find responsive sellers and rotate us down, chop around in here and push down through and come down into the 52 area and chop around in here. I'm not looking for a lot of movement to the downside. I just think this market is just too strong, and there's nothing that could really accelerate the downside move right now. It's a possibility, but it's a lower probability because of the fact that we continue to one-time frame up, and until we break that 52.75, I'm looking for the continuation, and see how high we can go. I mean, do we get to 2,400? On this next leg up? It's well within possibility. You can see the upper Keltner line takes us up. We've got capabilities up to 67.25 right now, and again, we're just expanding to new highs. Did we just put another new high? Yeah, 66. So that gets moved up. This gets moved up. And, oh, not the key line in sand, sorry. The daily downside ATR. All right. Oh, and it continues to move up. So just nothing I can do. I'm not going to sit here and talk about making new highs as we continue to do it. This market is strong. Be careful to the short side. If you do take any shorts, take them quick, and don't overstay your welcome if they go against you. Just a quick look on gold. Gold is continue its price discovery. It broke out of the value. It's testing and trying to get above this this key level of 48.40. The initial target to the upside right now is 1250, 1251 area. So watch this line right here. We have had a $13.60 rotation without a counter rotation. So we're likely to get a bit. Well, we're starting to get a bit of a rotation now. We got a $1.30 rotation off of that 1360. Geez, I would like to take that. But there's nothing I can do. It's busy in here. So the levels to watch today on gold is 42.70. Below that, look for them to move back into the 39 area again. But if they can hold this 48, look for them to come up into the 51.10. Not expecting a lot more on gold today. We've made our move, and we're more likely to chop around in this area between the 42 and the 51 for the rest of the day. In fact, I think that the rotations are going to get smaller. Although with the crude news, depending on what happens with crude, we could see a movement in the gold as well. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.